Welcome into the Murphy Center on the campus of Middle Tennessee State University in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, the site of the 2026 Class 3A Girls State Tournament. And we got a great one for you on tap as the White County Warriorettes return to the Glass House for the second consecutive season this year, taking on the Covington Chargerettes. I'm Noah McKay on the call here on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network. Welcome into Media Row. I'm joined by my broadcast partner for the first time in a long time. We're back on a headset together, Jacob Vinson. Tonight's broadcast presented by Legacy Athletics. More on Legacy Athletics as we move through the broadcast. But as we sit about 8 minutes away from tip-off here in the Murphy Center, we are live on the main UCR Facebook page and YouTube channel. Due to broadcast regulations, we are audio only the rest of the way on the hardwood. Jacob, excitement in the air. A year ago, Sparta made this tournament, and when the brackets came out, we went, ooh, not a great path. They fell to the defending state champions at the time, Dyersburg Lady Trojans. They bring a lot off that team back this year. They enter the year the number one preseason ranked team in the Upper Cumberland. They have had times throughout the year in that spot and number one in the state of Tennessee. They feel like they're playing their best basketball. And to circle back, when the brackets came out this year, we all went, oh boy, very different looking path for White County, but they know they got to handle their business tonight as they try to advance against a red-hot Covington Chargerettes team off one of the biggest upset, maybe the biggest upset in the sectional round of the postseason.
I think that's the name of the game for this White County team, is to go out there and play your game. Handle your business, and what comes of it will come of it. White County is the better basketball team here in this game. It's as simple as that coming into this. They've played a better schedule. They've got the better talent there on the floor. They're going to be more structured out on the floor as well. And it's a White County team that is playing their best basketball right now, especially here down the stretch. Obviously, they had that loss in the district semifinals to a very good Upperman team in overtime, 54-51, and haven't blinked ever since then. Huge win against Upperman in the region championship game. Absolutely dominated Heritage in that sectional round, 63-31. And I don't know if really anybody saw that score coming. I think we expected White County to win that ball game. Not by that many points. I mean, that was an absolutely dominant victory. That third quarter was massive for those White County Warriorettes. And on the other side for Covington, you mentioned it, they get the big upset against South Gibson. We're used to seeing South Gibson here in this state tournament. We're used to seeing Upper Cumberland teams beat that South Gibson team. Well, now we get to see Covington here in this state tournament. And they've been here a few times, last time in 2021. They've only ever had one win, though, in this state tournament. And for White County, they're looking to get a win as well. Obviously, a first-round exit a year ago, like you said, against Dyersburg, who looked really good in their game earlier on today as well in this 3A state tournament. And a chance for these White County Warriors to build some momentum going into Friday, getting into that semifinal round, and seeing if they can get to that state championship game.
Let's take a look at the tail of the tape in this one as we sit about 5 minutes away from tip-off. The Chargerettes out of Covington. They're 26-5 on the season, making their sixth trip to the state tournament, but their first since 2021. They've never made the championship game, and they've only won one game, as Jacob said, and that was back in 1960 against Gallatin. Their last three trips here, they faced Upper Cumberland competition. They've lost all three games. All three of those games came against Macon County, but they're coming off a humongous victory, knocking off South Gibson on their home floor 50-42 in the sectional round. They have won 16 consecutive games under head coach Patricia Glass in her 13th season at Covington. They're 19-3 against Class 3A competition, but a lot of that against, honestly, the bottom 10 teams in the classification. On the other side, they have played some good competition and gotten hammered by them. They played Huntington, who advanced earlier on with a win over Smith County. They beat them by 21. They played Cott County, who just advanced and will face the winner of this game on Friday. Cott County beat them by 29. They played Haywood, not one of the state's best teams, and lost by 22. It's a game tonight that White County knows if they play their game to their standard, they're going to play in the state semifinals. But as we already saw once, that's what Alcoa said earlier today. Yeah. They found themselves down double digits off the rip against Tullahoma, escaped with a victory earlier on. So far, all the favorites have held serve. We didn't really have a favorite in Dyersburg against Daniel Boone, but Dyersburg took care of business, played zone for the first time this season, looked great at doing it. Dyersburg and Alcoa, what a semifinal. That'll be on Friday. Cott County awaits the winner of this one. On the other side, the White County Warriorettes, 32-5, second straight trip here to the Glass House. They're 18th in school history. Prior to last season, though, they hadn't made this tournament since 1997. They won the championship a long time ago, back in 1929. It's been a long time coming for the Warriorette faithful. They did finish as runners-up in 1991 and 1992, and they destroyed the reigning state champion Heritage Lady Mountaineers 63-31. It's a White County team scoring 63 points per game. Couple of stat differences. White County at the free throw line is a 69% shooting team. Covington is a 54% shooting team. From the field, White County leads. From three-point land, White County leads rebounds per game. White County leads assists per games. White County leads turnover per games. Covington leads. You don't want to lead in that category. Steals per game, White County leads. They just have to handle their business. In the words of their head coach, Michael Dodgen, they just got to play. Speaking of their head coach, I caught up with him earlier on today. We'll hear from him, come back with the Quality Family starting lineups and all the action. Tonight's broadcast presented by Legacy Athletics. You're listening to it on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network. Joined moments away from tip-off by White County head coach Michael Dodgen. Coach, you're back in the state tournament for their second straight year. Let's start with the macro view. Preparation for this game, maybe versus a year ago, your first trip with this group to the Murphy Center. What does it look like, and what's been kind of the mindset of this group as you get ready for this game?
Well, we've tried to keep it as normal as possible. Try to practice in our own gym a little bit. And then we came down to Murfreesboro on Tuesday, got a couple workouts in various gyms here in the area. And, you do your same routines. You watch film, do scouting reports, you prepare. And, I hope this time, we handle it a little bit better. I think we got maybe a little starstruck last year just because the first experience for those kids to be in this type of environment. And, obviously at that point you were playing the defending state champion in the first round. So that's going to play a little bit of mindset for you. But I like where we're at right now. I feel like over the last couple of weeks, in those do or die games, I feel like we've handled ourselves really well and done a really good job. And, defensively we've played really well. So I hope that carries over the next couple of days.
It's a Covington team that has not lost in a long time. They pulled the big upset over South Gibson. Not many gave them a shot to be in this tournament, but they're here. You've had a chance to look at them. What are the things that jump out to you about this Covington team and some areas where you're going to have to limit them if you want to be able to move on to the state semifinals?
Well, they're very well coached. Katrina does a really good job with them. She's been there a long time. She played there. She's been in the state tournament a couple times with them, not only as a coach but as a player. So they're very disciplined with her in some certain aspects. Defensively, they do a good job of moving and trying to create a little chaos there and try to turn you over. And obviously they're going to be coming in on a high. They upset South Gibson. I guess you'd call it an upset. And, played really, really well in that game and benefit of playing at home during the sub-state. And, we'll have our work cut out for us. We'll have to be ready to play. We'll have to play some gaps and angles on them because they're so athletic. And we're going to have to rebound. That's going to be the biggest key. I think we're going to have to control the boards, especially on the defensive end, and we can't give them second and third shots. And, we just got to settle in, relax, and play. It is a big deal. It's a big deal in this, to play in the Glass House, to be one of the final 8 teams in Class 3A. But at the end of the day, when the tip goes up, it's another basketball game. And you got to relax, and you got to handle the atmosphere, and you got to handle the environment.
Well, Coach, good luck tonight. We appreciate the time.
Thank you very much.
And that was the head basketball coach for the White County Warriorettes, Michael Dodgen. Let's get to the Quality Family starting lineups in the quarterfinal round of the Class 3A state tournament. Starting tonight for the Covington Chargerettes and their head coach, Patricia Glass, in her 13th season at Covington. They are 26-5. Number 00, a 5'6" freshman guard, Lanaya Jones. Number 22, a 5'6" senior guard, Ariana Whitten. Number 10, a 5'9" sophomore guard, London Brown. Number 12, a 5'10" junior center, Takira Bodie. And number 24, Tanaya Flowers. Their opponents tonight, the White County Warriorettes from Sparta, Tennessee, under head coach Michael Dodgen in his 11th season in Sparta. They are 32-5 on the season. Starting for Sparta tonight, number 5, a 5'7" senior guard, Bella Winningham. Number 11, a 6'2" junior forward, Ashlyn Selby. Number 12, a 5'7" senior guard, Kyra Fox. Number 13, a 5'10" senior forward, the Defensive Player of the Year, 3-time defending Defensive Player of the Year, and first-team All-Upper Cumberland member, Gracie Clark. And number 14, a 5'8" senior guard, Lakeland Grasty. Starters again for the Chargerettes. Jones, Witten, Brown, Bodie, and Flowers. And for the Warriorettes, it's Winningham, Selby, Fox, Clark, and Grasty. Chargerettes in their road black uniforms, black shorts, gold numbers on the front and the back with gray lettered Covington across the front. White County in their traditional home white uniforms, white shorts, maroon numbers and letters with gray trim and gray speckles down the side. Jacob Vincent, Sparta hoping their experience plays a big role. The only player who did not play a year ago, Ashlyn Selby, obviously missed the back half of last year with the knee injury. She's been great down the stretch. Sparta trying to just play their game tonight. It's the nightcap of what's been a fun day here in day number 1 of the state tournament.
Yeah, it's been a great day for basketball, and you mentioned Selby brings that size factor for this White County team. Will be the tallest player on the floor, at least in this starting 5. We'll see if she can have a factor. Excited to see what Gracie Clark can do here on this stage as well.
Tonight's broadcast is presented by Legacy Athletics. Visit Legacy Athletics on social media. A lot of these young ladies have been trained by Jason Winningham at Legacy Athletics. Professional player development from a professional basketball player right in the Upper Cumberland. Again, search Legacy Athletics on Facebook or Instagram for more information. Sparta will attack right to left on your screen as you envision the action. It'll be Selby against Bodie in the circle. 32 minutes to decide a winner. Let's get it on in the Murphy Center as Covington quickly drives Lakeland Grasty, says, look what I found. Takes it away. Another early turnover. Here comes Sparta the other way. Selby quickly ahead to Gracie Clark. She has been sensational, but it's poked away from her and stolen right back by Lanaya Jones. Jones drives. Lumberjack swap for Selby's no good, and Lanaya Jones gets it played through for Covington. It's 2-0.
Yeah, much better take by Jones that time after the opening tip. She's able to take it in strong and evade the contact there from Selby and put it up and in.
Lakeland Grasty sends right side to Kyra Fox into the baseline for Bella Winningham. Bella brings it back to the wing, fires back out to Fox, playing with that brace on her left arm after dislocating her elbow against against Stone. Only missed the Upperman game. Bella Winningham off a screen, dumps to Selby now into the corner. Fox. The zone moves for Covington. It is a very active zone as Winningham has it in the low block. Turning jumper, can't hit. Rebound grab by Takira Bodie, and then it is swiped as Gracie Clark got her hands on it. The tie-up arrow belongs to White County.
Yeah, great job by Clark and Grasty there in the backcourt, able to tie it up, not to let anything easy, not let Covington get out and run either. It was a good take there by Winningham, just couldn't get it to knock down in the middle of the lane.
Inbound goes to Gracie Clark. She'll drive the lane. Clark dumps over left side to Selby. Ashlyn Selby works it to the elbow, now right side for Fox. Left all alone, triggers the three, couldn't bank it in. The rebound grab by Flowers, and now here comes Covington ahead. London Brown has it. Brown weaving through traffic, steps through, throws the runner up and good. 4-0 Chargerettes as London Brown lays it in. Sparta has not been able to get into their half-court defense yet. Here's Gracie Clark in the mid-range, fires a pass, tips, stolen away. Jones bobbles and now gathers. Another turnover for White County as Jones drives, and it is blocked by Ashlyn Selby out of play. And right now, White County has not settled in. 90 seconds in, it's 4-0.
They're trying to dribble through the middle part of that zone, and they just can't do it right now. It's been a couple of times Gracie Clark has come through the middle of that zone and had it knocked free. They got to take better care with the basketball, face up and look at the basket, and then get good passes.
Round it inbound from the baseline. She'll fire it over as Grasty's there against Bodie. Turnaround shot, banked it in. 6-0 Chargerettes. We look towards Coach Dodgen. He does not want a timeout yet. Right side, here's Ashlyn Selby, dumps it into Grasty. Grasty muscles through contact, free throw line, spins it back to Selby. Lines up the deep three, no rebound down Winningham, second chance Warriorettes. Bella brings it back out left wing side. They leave her alone, that is unadvisable. The three, no good off front iron. White County ice cold to start at 6-0, 2 minutes in. Here comes Witten to the front court, drives into Grasty. She threw it out of bounds. They'll say Lakeland last touched it, and it'll stay with Covington.
Yeah, and you mentioned looking at Coach Dodgen, seeing if he wants a timeout. They're not necessarily playing bad. Just those couple of turnovers so far. And Covington's been able to convert here on the offensive side. White County just needs a stop and a score, and they'll be fine.
Quick inbound trying to move Selby underneath. Wow. An impossible shot is good. Takira Bodie spun from underneath, laid it high off the glass, and it's 8-0 already.
No clue how that went in. She was standing directly underneath the basket and was able to get the English off the window.
Not the start you were looking for if you're a Sparta fan, as Gracie Clark dumps into Winningham at the spot, puts it up. No Clark right there. Her putback is good. Great sign for Gracie Clark. 1 for 11 from the field against Dyersburg a year ago. That won't fly tonight. It's now 8-2.
Yeah, and a little bit of pressure here on the inbounds as well. Covington able to bring it across, but that's what you want to see for Clark, just see something go through the rim.
Here comes Jones in the front court, drives right into Fox, goes straight up, no, rebound down, Clark has it, quick run out ahead to Winningham. In a foot race, Winningham throws it up, can't get it to go, but the foul is there. Nearly an and one, but Bella Winningham will have to earn it as she'll stride to the Real Estate Collective free throw line for two. They'll get Ariana Witten for the game's first foul.
And I think White County can kind of take advantage there on missed shots on the other end. Look to get out and run and make sure Covington hadn't been able to get back at least quick enough to stop this White County team. Winningham, a little bit off the mark there on that free throw attempt, but able to run the floor there, draw some contact, and we'll see if she's able to get this second free throw.
Yeah, Sparta needs to take a deep breath. That free throw was not close. Missed wide left and fell away. A 54% free throw shooter. Winningham's second one is up. This one off the heel, but she got the rebound, sticks with it. Second chance for White County. Grasty was jumping up into the air at the free throw line, couldn't get it, but there is a foul, and it is the second in quick succession on Witten. And Coach Glass will be forced to the bench here with 5:07 to go in the first, a little bit earlier than she wanted to, but she will go as London Brown checks back in. Into the backcourt goes Lakeland Grasty. And Sparta trying to settle in here to the Murphy Center. 8-2, a ton of basketball still to be played. We've seen all day fast starts for underdogs, and it has not worked out in the long run for those teams. Sparta hoping that continues in this one. Gracie Clark wide open, turnaround mid-range jumper, spun around, no good, and then she committed a foul on the rebound attempt as she went into the back of Takira Bodie, and that'll be the first on Clark. First team foul on the Warriorettes.
Well, the positive note here for White County is they're finding that soft spot there in the middle of the zone. You mentioned it's a very active zone. It's a 2-3 zone, but doesn't look like a 2-3 zone when you're out there playing it. So it takes you a little bit to try to figure it out, especially that top part of the zone. They found that soft spot in the middle part of the zone. Clark had an open jumper there about 10 feet out in the middle of the lane, just could not get down.
It is not to the caliber of these zones, but it's a little bit of a hybrid of what Stone and Upperman each do, which they played a lot this season. As Lanaya Jones sends it inside. Here's a baseline drive, turn around in the low block, no for Bodie, rebound tipped, and it's saved in by Gracie Clark right to Kyra Fox. What a play. Here comes Gracie into the front court. Clark gives back Selby. Selby drives, dumps it over to Clark. Gracie fires at baseline for Winningham. She's left alone again in the corner. This time they'll sag off. She triggers it again and rings it home. Bella Winningham from downtown, a Wallace Insurance Agency 3. See if that gets Sparta going.
I mean, if you're going to give her that much space, she looked at the basket and then put it down and then put it back up there and able to knock it down.
There's a drive inside, the shot up, high off the glass, no offensive rebound, no second chance. Bodie with a high arcing shot, no rebound, loose again. This time Selby takes it away. Here comes White County. Past the midway point of the opening stanza, Selby, coast to coast, steps through, puts it up and in. Ashlyn Selby with the lay. Timeout, Chargerettes. Big answer, and you can hear the Sparta faithful behind us who love the sequence.
Yeah, they're on both sides of the court, both behind us and out in front of us, behind the scorer's table as well. Great take by Ashlyn Selby. Nobody steps in front to take away the drive. She takes it all the way to the basket and able to split the defense underneath in the lane. A nice lay, and now that's what Coach Dadgen talked about in the pregame. Play your game, and you'll be fine. Well, they have settled in. Now they're playing their game. They're down by a point, and they're right back into it.
A quick 7-0 run in the last minute, 48 seconds for the White County Warriorettes. It's 8-7 Covington with the narrow lead, but they have found their stride. It started by leaving Bella Winningham wide open. She's now taken 214 threes this
like
year. She rained it home, and it's a one-point game, 3:45 to go in the first. Out of the timeout, Takira Bodie will inbound here. Sparta goes into their full court pressure defense, trying to slow it down as Bodie tosses back to Brown. Brown fires it into the front court. Now numbers if they hurry. A Euro step. Fox goes straight up, and the lay is good. Dayana Mason, the freshman who gives them 13 points and 9 rebounds a game, coming off a double-double against South Gibson, makes it 10-7. Into the mid-range, here's Lakeland Grasty. She'll drive in, step through, fall away, spun around. A lot of those already for Sparta. Dangerous full-court pass, and it's intercepted by Kyra Fox. Fox with a new possession for White County. To the wing, she'll pick up. Sparta's just trying to figure out where the defenders are.
Yeah.
They don't even know where they are. It's jarring to go from who they played.
Very confusing zone to go up against. Right now, they're almost more in a man-to-man, actually.
They've switched into a man. Right side, here's Bella Winningham. Again, from a mile away. No, off right iron, and the long rebound out of bounds. Possession back to Covington. We've been here all day long. York, a winner earlier. Smith County, a dramatic finish, but fell just short against Huntington. Coverage on the website presented by Risher Roofing. We'll have coverage of this game. Goose is already here. We've got a couple of friends helping us out as well, as there's a contested pass that finds Flowers. Back at it tomorrow with broadcast coverage as there's a steal for Lakeland Grasty. Grasty dumps it over to Clark. Gracie Clark lays it up and in.
That's the chemistry right there. Grasty knowing that somebody's going to be running the floor on the left lane side. It's Gracie Clark to pick it up, and then that pass just thrown straight out of bounds. Covington, their last 4 passes in a row have not been to anybody on their own team. That one goes straight out of bounds. White County gets the basketball back and a chance to take their first lead.
3 Covington turnovers in the last minute and 5 seconds. Sparta's pressure starting to speed up Covington, but they still lead 10-9. Sparta down 1. We're 5.5 minutes into the contest tonight in the nightcap in the Murphy Center. Lakeland Grasty brings it into the front court calmly. She'll send it left side. Kylie Norris in. How about her play the past couple of weeks? Winningham fires it across into the low block for Grasty. Grasty floats back out top of the key. Now she'll activate, steps through the mid-range Merchant. Can't give them the lead as the rebound down to Bodie.
And you and I kind of talked about in earlier games here in the state tournament how key it is to have that mid-range jumper. She's so good at it. Gracie Clark is so good at it. Just can't knock it down that time.
Pass goes right side for Witten. She's back in with 2 fouls into the low block. Bodie turns. Selby disrupts. The rebound knocked out of bounds by Lakeland Grasty, so it'll stay with Covington.
Selby's been really good on Bodie inside. Bodie, a very athletic big underneath, and has been able to get loose a couple of times. Hadn't been able to finish her last couple of shots, and Selby's been able to alter a few of them.
Baseline inbound coming here. It fired in, shot up, and again Selby with the disruption. Grasty on the rebound. Here comes Sparta again. Grasty, quick run out to Clark. That pass knocked out of bounds, and it'll stay with the Warriorettes. Minute 44 to go here in the opening quarter.
They tried taking out your laptop over there. You forgot to close it.
That is Goose's. Mine's here. Actually, whose is that? That may be
Jonathan's. There you go.
Speaking of friends, he's helping us out with pictures from this game.
They all look the same. They're all MacBooks.
They are all MacBooks. Mine used to be the silver one. I had to upgrade before state this year. Sparta trails 10-9 with the basketball. Minute 40 to go in the first quarter. Here's Lakeland Grasty with it. Grasty tosses it over to Bella Winningham now. Kylie Norris, open tray, on the way, good. Kylie Norris from downtown. A Wallace Insurance Agency 3, and Sparta has its first lead.
And she's one of their best three-point shooters, especially by percentage. Doesn't take a ton of them, but she knocks them down whenever she does take them. A big one right there to go up by 2.
37% three-point shooter, Kylie Norris, the sophomore, as here is Covington looking for an answer. 1:12 to go in the first quarter. Lanaya Jones has it. Lakeland Grasty says, how do you do? Jones picks up her dribble, fires it into the low block, twisting against Selby. A step-through shot, no. Ashlyn Selby with a rebound. Here comes White County, 60 seconds to go in the first. Selby on the run out to Clark. She'll jab and drive. Back to Selby. Passes up the 3, dumps it across to Clark. Gracie steps through, rises up, can't hit off front iron. Rebound down to Covington with 47 seconds to go in the first.
That was a tough look there. They had Norris on the right wing for a couple of passes there, just couldn't get it over to her.
Oh, Bodie just tried to drive in, leapt into the air, and Lakeland Grasty just grabbed hold of the basketball. It's a tie-up with the arrow belonging to Covington with 41 seconds to go.
Pulling what I like to call the Charlie Roby, who is so good at that on drives to the basket, just rips it out of your hands. Grasty, a great job that time and able to get the tie-up, but like you said, stays with Covington underneath.
And we'll see them tomorrow. Cookeville in the early morning game against Page at 9:30 a.m. Jacob will have your play-by-play. I'll be on color, which is always colorful. The inbounds goes into Bodie. Now a steal again on a pass. This time it's Bella Winningham. Winningham with the defender in her pocket, drives into the low block, gives off to Gracie Clark. Left hand lay, good. Sparta out in front by 4.
It's a great job by White County on the run in transition. 3 players heading to the basket. Winningham able to find Clark, and now another steal.
Gracie Clark with the steal. She'll fire it over. It's tipped. Grasty runs it down. 19 seconds for Sparta. Over to Selby. Passes up the 3, drives. It's punched. She gathers. Across to Winningham. Little hezzy. Step through, and she's fouled. Bella Winningham back to the Rico free throw line for 2. Sparta trailed 8-0. You say, uh-oh. Not so fast. Ahead by 4, trying to stretch it to 5 or 6.
You can see that confidence. You can see the comfortability back out there on the floor now for this White County team. Able to create turnovers and able to get that transition basketball going. Great pass from Selby underneath to Winningham, who actually had a wide open lay if she wanted it. Goes up with a shot fake, ends up drawing the foul, and now at the line. And White County will make a couple of subs here late in this first quarter.
Sarah Winfrey into the game. Tegan Engel into the game for the first time. Off the right side of the iron, and if you're Coach Dodgen, you lead, and there is a lot of meat on the bone right now. Winningham misses another angle with the rebound. Second chance for Sparta. She'll throw it across Winningham, 7 seconds. Falling back, and she traveled. She was looking at Grasty, and then the defender jumped in front, took an extra step, possession back the other way.
Yeah, had her for a second down low on that right block side, and like you said, just kind of falling away. Didn't have her feet set, so a late turnover here, and Covington will have a chance with 5.7.
They'll fire it into the front court, looking for something quick. Mason sends it down into the corner. Witten turnaround shot for three, no. Rebound down, Grasty. A strong start for Covington, but a better answer for the Warriorettes of Sparta. After one, it's White County 14, Covington 10. Coverage is presented by Legacy Athletics on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Watson Chevrolet is proud to present the area's best selection of new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. Watson Chevy's staff of experts are ready to get you into your next vehicle with unmatched service and knowledge. Stop in at 2350 Cookeville Highway and get your vehicle serviced by their highly trained professionals. Right now, you can save money on oil changes, regular maintenance, and battery installation. And remember, don't buy till you see Jason Fye. Watson Chevy is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the UCR Media Network. Mayberry's Furniture has been family-owned and operated since 1946 and is now serving the Upper Cumberland with locations in both Crossville and Cookeville, offering the largest array of solid wood furniture and mattresses in the area. They also provide a best price guarantee and in-house service and delivery. Stop into their 15,000 square foot showroom at 1020 South Willow Avenue in Cookeville to see their selection of Amish solid wood, flex steel, Tempur-Pedic, Sealy Posturepedic, and much more today. Mayberry's Furniture is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the high school football game of the week on the UCR.
Second quarter underway here in the Murphy Center. White County basketball as Lakeland Grasty brings it up and goes to work. She'll send it over to Kylie Norris. Sparta trailed 8-0. They now lead 14-10. Ashlyn Selby misses it off front iron. Rebound down, but it's stolen right back. Grasty tips it. Now a foul. As Sarah Winfrey got pushed in the back. First team foul of the quarter going against Covington. We'll see who this one is on. It's 11. That's Deanna Mason.
And White County doesn't have to respect the transition game of this Covington team. They're faster than this Covington team, so they're just putting pressure on even after a missed shot, and Covington gets the rebound, able to create a lot of steals out of it.
Gracie Clark has it here. Clark works it over to the wing left side. Now she'll float back, fires it to Winfrey. Winfrey on the drive, Euro step, and then threw it off the underside of the backboard out of bounds. Not the look Sparta wanted there. 7:27 to go in the half. It's 14-10.
Yeah, and what a run here by this White County team. A 14-2 run after going down 8-0 early on, but no blinking from this White County team. Defensively, they have been great. They've put the clamps on here of this Covington squad.
Covington has nothing for this pressure again. A pass tip, knocked out of play right to us. I almost had the catch. It was the Cotton County radio.
Swatted it out of the way.
Wasn't the most athletic thing I've ever seen.
Taking your shine.
I'm telling you, if I would have caught it, I'm standing up and shooting it.
Dang.
Probably air ball, but whatever. Here comes Covington in transition, driving through, right-hand leg good. To Kyra Bodie has had the most success for the Chargerettes, and she cuts it to a 2-point game.
Yeah, like I said, she's an athletic big. She's been able to get loose inside a couple of times, missed a lot of shots in a row before that one finally falling.
She has 6 points now as Kyra Fox and Bella Winningham return to the table. Here's Winfrey with it for Sparta. She'll fire it right side. Open three again. Norris can't hit. Would have been her second rebound, swiped away by Gracie Clark. She'll spin, puts it up. Again, a miss off front iron. Rebound loose. Winfrey has another one. She'll fire it to Grasty. Muscles it back. Lakeland dribbled it off her ankle, but she was fouled the whole time.
Yeah.
They finally call it on Lanaya Jones.
Yeah, Jones going right over the shoulder to slap the basketball away, just all over her back and trying to get to the basketball. It was a late whistle, but it was the correct call, and unfortunately they got it.
Live on Facebook, YouTube. We also want to shout out our friends at Cookeville Communications for making sure we're always over the airs on radio. 6:40 to go in the second. It's 14-12. Also puts a lot of our games on the Hub Plus Roku app, which is a great experience. Onto the corner, here's Kyra Fox. Fox will bring it back out, 14-12. Sparta has not scored yet in the second quarter. Selby with it on the wing. One dribble for Ashlyn. She'll toss it left side for Bella Winningham. Now to Lakeland Grasty. Grasty bounces out right side for Selby. Selby back in Grasty. She'll rise up. She got fouled. To Kyra Bodie. Has a look on her face like she's confused. Young lady, that's a foul every day of the week and twice on Sunday. 2 free throws upcoming for Lakeland Grasty.
Yeah, just all over the arm on the way up. She got a little bit of basketball, but a lot of the arm on the way as well. And so Grasty will have a chance here to convert a couple of free throws for White County that are really trying to be a little bit better here at the stripe here in this ball game so far. That's their first make.
Well, you want Lakeland Grasty and Gracie Clark at the line when you need a made free throw. Grasty 81%, Clark 82%. As Lakeland hits the first and the second, Sparta Sparta back up 4. That was the first foul on Bodie. Third team foul on Covington already, and another near turnover as it's bounced over to the right side for Brown. She's trapped immediately right in front of us. Brown traveled twice, and a timeout is gifted to Patricia Glass. And it will be a 30-second timeout on the floor. Legacy Athletics is the presenting sponsor. Listen, if you've got a youngster that wants to play ball and that wants to get real training and see what the skills they're going to need to get it done at this level and beyond, you need to contact our friend Jason Winningham at Legacy Athletics. Go to his Facebook page right now. You're probably watching this on Facebook. Type Legacy Athletics. It's going to be worth your time. He posts his schedule. You can reach out to him and he'll answer all your questions. A lot of these athletes on the floor for White County have gotten that training across the Upper Cumberland. The who's who have gotten training from Legacy Athletics, and we appreciate him for helping us be here tonight with audio coverage so that people like Darlene can listen from a cruise ship somewhere in the waters. They got good Wi-Fi on this cruise ship.
Better than here.
You're on a cruise ship, and we're here the next 2 weeks. Yeah, the Wi-Fi here.
That'd been great.
This is a good thing we pay a lot of money for this router.
That's right.
We would not be live. Out of the timeout, here's Lanaya Jones for Covington as they break the pressure the best they have yet. Bodie goes inside, puts it up and in. Kyra Fox took a hard fall. She's slowly back up to her feet. She says she's okay with a smile on her face, and it's 16-14.
Yeah, Krusty kind of races over, and she's like, I'm fine, let's go.
Well, the last time she hit the ground like that, her arm was pointed in the wrong direction. As this one's stolen away by Bodie, Covington has settled down now, down 2, and that is a travel. As Bella Winningham jumped in front of Lanaya Jones, she took an extra step. Possession back to Sparta.
Yeah, that's the fortunate thing for this Sparta team is you're going to get the basketball back a lot. This Covington team is going to commit a lot of turnovers. They don't make good passes. If you speed them up, they're going to be a little bit frazzled by it, and White County's been able to take advantage.
Sparta trying to find their stride, shooting just 30% so far as Winningham drives baseline. Now spins back out to Clark. Clark gives over to Selby. Now numbers if she hurries. Selby threw it away. Went right to Mason, who's nearly swiped back. They'll give it to Brown. Here comes London Brown into the front court. Covington's at their best when they're going fast as it's nearly swiped away. Diving on the hardwood. Clark has a hand on it. So did Brown. And it's another jump ball. This time, the arrow belongs to Covington.
Yeah, defensively, this pressure by White County has been really impressive. Again, they but gave up 8 points early on to Covington and went down 8-0. And ever since, White County has been really solid offensively. Been a little bit slower, obviously, here in the second quarter. But defensively, they've been great here in this first half.
5:14 to go in the second quarter. State quarterfinals as a step through and a foul as Bodie went up into Selby. And they're going to call Ashlyn Selby for the personal. And this will be 2 free throws for Takira Bodie, who has 8 points already. Could get into double figures. This team is horrible at the free throw line. Bodie is the best free throw shooter on the team, and that is 63%. They shoot just above 50% on the season. Am I wrong?
No.
Well, and she made the first. Of course.
No, anytime it starts with 50 for a team, it's not great. Yeah.
Players okay for the team.
It's not great.
Bodie puts it on her hip, takes a breath. 16-15. Her next one's up. No good. Rebound, Gracie Clark. Clark looking to push it. She enters. Sends it left side for Selby. Selby tosses it for Winningham. Now baseline Fox. Back out Winningham. Swings it to Selby. Back into the zone goes Covington. Into the corner, Fox. Lines up the 3. Too strong an air ball. Rebound down to Mason. Sparta's gone ice cold again. Here's Mason. This is Jones with a drive. She threw it away. Gracie Clark was going to let it go. She picks it up because there's nobody in front. An easy left-hand lay for Gracie Clark.
That's the thing. They serve them up to you on a platter sometimes. At least they have here in this first half so far. And Gracie Clark has been able to take advantage multiple times.
Flowers gives over to Mason as Covington has it. Bodie again drives. She's met by the 3-time Defensive Player of the Year in the Upper Cumberland, Gracie Clark, who disrupts, gets the rebound, and throws it over to Kyra Fox. Fox works around a lot of contact, and here she comes. And she double dribbled. Went for the pass, and it came out not quite correct, and possession goes back to Covington.
Well, and Covington does a good job. They kind of bait you into some passes on the opposite side. Fox running up the floor, wanted to throw it ahead like he said, so she goes up to pass, and then the defender jumps in front of where she was wanting to throw the basketball. So you got to be crisp with your passes, knowing where you're wanting to go with it beforehand, and then if it's not there, you got to make a good decision.
Oh, I just pulled up YouTube. I didn't get to give my disclaimer yet. I'm about to as Jones sends it over right side. It's swiped away again. Another turnover. Selby with the steal. Ahead to Kylie Norris. Outbreaks it ahead for Winningham. She'll drive, dumps it across to Clark, who's wide open and lays it in. Gracie Clark for 2, and it's 20-15.
That's where a lot of the offenses come from, off of turnovers here in this first half, and now up by 5 here in this ball game.
Covington showing some frustration despite it just being a 5-point game. Another steal. Gracie Clark picks it off, drives, throws it up. No, Whittingham can't clean up the trash. Got another rebound. Turns, tries to step through, puts it up, and it's going to be a travel. Either way, possession back the other way as Sparta can't capitalize. There has been some meat left on the bone. I did not get to say my disclaimer. We are here. This game is videoed elsewhere. If you are a Covington fan, this is not your broadcast. No. We want you to lose. White County is the tip out for Ashlyn Selby. We want Sparta to win this basketball game, and it will be reflected in the commentary. I usually say that at the outset, but we got a little busy. There you go. This is not the regular season. Into the corner, now back out Jones.
And there are no Upper Cumberland teams here in this 3A state tournament.
Another steal for Bella Whittingham. The drive, puts it up and in. Correct. There are no Upper Cumberland teams in this state tournament besides Sparta. We want Sparta to win a state championship, just to be clear.
In 3A.
7-point lead. It's 3:16 to go in the half. Another steal and score for the Warriorettes. Here's Jones on the drive. Fires a pass tipped out by Selby. Covington has 12 turnovers with still 3:10 to go in the first half.
Yeah, unfortunately, White County's got 10 points off those turnovers because they're only shooting 35% from the floor. They have not been great in finding good shots, but they've been getting good shots off of those turnovers and been able to take advantage.
Another near steal, and they'll call Gracie Clark for contact. And I think Coach Dodge is going to get his superstar off the floor here and protect her a little bit with the foul count. As Sarah Winfrey will go to the table. Clark has now 2 personals. Sparta has 2 as a team in this quarter.
Yeah, and so these will be a big few minutes here before the end of the first half for this White County squad. With Clark on the bench, can you keep it at 7 points or more going into halftime?
Kick out pass, here's Bodie. Bodie drives out on Selby, an explosive spin. Right hand lay too strong. Her putback is up and good. Takira Bodie is single-handedly keeping Covington in the game. She has 11.
Yeah, she had a great start and been good here in the second quarter.
Now on the other end, Kylie Norris, quick trigger, rains home the Wallace Insurance Agency 3, largest lead of the game for the Warriorettes.
I mean, they're giving them space out there. Absolutely fired away. And for Norris, like you said, shooting 37%, hits another big one. And now the biggest lead of the first half for White County.
Jones with it here for Covington. It's swipe she gathers on the right wing side. Lanaya Jones, Bella Whittingham tries to grab her. Winfrey does, and then Jones threw an elbow right at Winfrey. And it's a foul on Jones, and that very easily could have been a T or an intentional.
They're going to talk about it.
They should. That was a direct elbow right to the chin, and Winfrey ate it. And, I mean, she's got it's still a UFC term, she's got a tough chin, and they will take her off the floor. Jones, that is, as Shemaya Boyd will check in for her. And they should go right after her. Boyd, 5'5" junior guard, scores less than a point a game. Here's Grasty, bringing it up against Flowers, clears out. Grasty sends to Norris, touches it off for Selby. Selby with space to operate off the wing, drives, dumps it into the corner. Bella Whittingham lines up the long ball way off the mark. Rebound tipped right to Grasty, put back no. A lot of contact everywhere. Whittingham has it again. Whittingham gives to Selby. Now a skip feed over Grasty. Grasty out of the corner drive. Fall away jumper. Good. Lakeland Grasty gives the Warriorettes a 10-point lead.
Yeah, a tough shot there, kind of fading away. And now the White County fans making some noise here late in the first half.
They rise to their feet as Bodie drives. A ferocious block by Selby, but she's called for the foul. Takira Bodie will go back to the line. Coach Dodgen did not want that foul. He calls Selby over to Coach Rupp, and he's going to take her off the floor as Tegan Engel will check in again for the second time.
Yeah, that's one you just really don't need, especially now with a 10-point lead. You don't need that foul. Late in the first half, you already have Clark on the bench with the 2, and now Selby's going to head to the bench as well. Still got the 10-point lead with 1:39 to go, but just not one that you needed inside.
It's the second on Selby as the first free throw is good for Bodie. Tegan Angel checks back in. It's 27-18. 1:39 to go in the second quarter. A big next. Can you get a little space here? Get it to 12-13 as Bodie goes 2 for 2. I mentioned she's the best free throw shooter on a poor free throw shooting team.
It's 3 for 4 so far.
Sparta's lead is 8. New play call in for Michael Dodgen. The one thing that has eluded him in his career is an opportunity to play on Saturday. Went here 4 of his last 5 seasons at Cannon County. Now 2 straight years. Here's a foul is called. Boyd went right into the back of Winningham, and that will send Bella Winningham to the Rico free throw line for 2 more. She's trying to find her stride there. 0 for 4 so far.
Yeah, trying to get it going a little bit here at the line, and I mentioned it with 3:07 to go. Clark comes out, a big 3 minutes to finish the half, and well, got a big basket by Norris on that right side, and now can you tack on a couple of free throws to try to extend your lead back to 10 with 1:20 to go here with this first half.
Another missed free throw for Winningham, and trying to figure it out. Grasty gives her a word of encouragement. Sparta, they're shooting just 36%. They're 2 of 7 at the free throw line as a team so far. Next one for Winningham, a lot closer, but it popped out. Rebound Bodie, and a foul as Winfrey went for the reach. That'll be the 4th team foul against Sparta.
And you can tell it's in the head of Winningham right now, just struggling at the line, and gotta work. Just gotta see one go through, work through it going into the second half, see if you can knock down some more.
Brown picks up again against the pressure. She'll send it ahead. Now a dangerous feed, but it's grabbed. Bodie with a step, drives inside, goes up wildly, and they called a block. Winfrey called for the personal, and Takira Bodie will go to the line for 2. And Bodie went in out of control, but gets rewarded with a return trip to the line for a couple more. Second on Winfrey, 5th on Sparta. So both teams in the bonus as Bodie misses the front end of 2.
Coach Dodgen getting into his team right now. Hadn't been a great end to this first half so far.
Well, to his point, if your opponent has 13 turnovers and a half, you should be rolling. As the next free throw is good for Bodie. It's just a 7-point lead for Sparta right now.
Yeah, Sparta shooting up to 37% from the field.
But again, right now, no Ashlyn Selby and no Gracie Clark on the floor with 2 fouls apiece. Left side, here goes Norris. Back to Grasty. What a screen. They'll call it a moving screen. On Tegan, possession goes back the other way. Tegan Angle picks up a personal. I don't know about that one, Jacob Vincent.
I don't think Coach Dodgen disagreed. The White County fans disagreed. I think we disagree. That's just, like you said, it was a good screen.
Boyd sends it over inside now to the cutting Bodle. Her shot won't go. Bottle, rather. I'll get the name right. Bodie.
There you go.
Goodness gracious. I'm trying. Left side, here's Winningham on the drive. You should see the spelling on some of these names on my roster right now. Right side, Norris lines it up. Can't hit, rebound. Angle tips it to herself. The putback too strong. Rebound down. This one grabbed away by Covington. As Boyd will bring it up at a 7-point game. 24 seconds to go in the first half.
She got hacked on the right arm on the way out. Doesn't get the call. And so now you're looking for a big stop here at the end of the first half.
Brown has it off the right wing. She'll bring it top of the key. Lines it up with 14 seconds to go and hits. London Brown from a mile away. 4-point game, and Michael Dodgen's going to call timeout, and Gracie Clark and Ashlyn Selby to the table. Covington has a door still open, and that was a deep 3 for London Brown.
Yeah, you got to credit this Covington team. They go down by their biggest deficit in the first half by about 12 points, and then an 8-0 run as a back here within 4, 27-23, and so now White County, like you said, bringing Clark and Selby back in, trying to get now a big basket to build that momentum back going into halftime because it's just a 2-possession game right now.
At 12 felt like we were heading towards blowout city, but you've got to credit Covington for their answer, and it was when Selby and Clark went to the bench. Not a huge surprise against this matchup. That really hurt Sparta defensively, and Bodie went to work. She now has 14 points. As Grasty will let it roll. Clock on the screen is not official. Grasty tosses it over to Winningham on the right wing. Now finds the back cut. Gracie Clark all alone. She missed the layup. It was a wide open layup. Too strong. And that is the story of the first half. The good news for Sparta. All you have to do this time of year is win. And they lead 27-23 at the halftime break. We will step aside. We've got a lot of bills to pay this week. We will hear from our advertisers, come back with a brief Happy Hiller halftime show and second half action from the Murphy Center. White County does lead Covington 27-23 at the break. Coverage presented by Legacy Athletics on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Are you looking for the best dining experience in the Upper Cumberland? Visit Fire and Vine in Cookville's historic West Side. Fire and Vine offers great service and a unique menu, including mouth-watering deep dish pizza, delectable beef, chicken, fish, and more. Take in stunning views from the rooftop while enjoying your meal. Come and experience the charm and flavor of Fire and Vine, your new favorite spot for a memorable dining experience. Fire and Vine is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Livingston Regional Hospital is Livingston's hometown hospital. Located at 315 Oak Street, Livingston Regional Hospital provides compassionate quality care for all patients from local people you can trust, so you can count on them to treat you like family. Their excellent staff offers years of experience and training to meet the needs of all patients. They understand the importance of providing care in a professional and comforting manner. They're proud to partner with Livingston Academy Athletics through the LRH Sports Medicine team. Livingston Regional Hospital is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Up is the Upper Cumberland's best indoor golfing experience. With 3 state-of-the-art golf simulators, you can work on some of the world's best courses, all in the comfort of their climate-controlled facility. Want to know where you can improve? See everything from club speed to spin rate in seconds. They also have plenty of other games to enjoy time with friends. Conveniently located at 141 4th Street in Baxter. Stop in. Visit them online at tupgolfclub.com or call them at 931-559-GOLF to reserve your simulator today. T-Up is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Eminence Eagle Auction and Realty is proud to present an online-only auction featuring John Deere and Kubota tractors, trucks, and farm equipment. You can bid on these items at eagleauctions.com or call 931-526-5335 for more information. Bidding on this online-only auction ends March 12th at 10 a.m. Eminence Eagle Auction and Realty is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
At the Quality Family, we believe care isn't just a service, it's a promise.
Whether you're bouncing back from surgery, navigating a serious illness, or need essential equipment to stay independent,
we provide skilled home health, compassionate hospice, and reliable DME services right where you need them most. At home.
Covering communities in Kentucky and Tennessee, we're in your corner.
The Quality Family. Trusted care right where life happens.
Box Drop Cookeville is the easiest way to buy an affordable mattress, specializing in clearance and closeouts directly from the manufacturers. They're able to pass huge savings on to you. Make an appointment to see their warehouse full of selections including big-name hybrid and memory foam alongside traditional springs that are among some of the coolest to touch mattresses on the market. Call Brandon Lane at 931-349-7066 to make your appointment today. Box Drop Cookeville has been proud to serve Cookeville since 2018. Turfmasters Landscape Management has been serving the Upper Cumberland since 1996. They offer a variety of services, including lawn maintenance, landscape design and installation, landscape lighting, irrigation systems, and more. They also provide snow and ice removal during the cold winter months. For more information, contact Matt Wilson at 931-261-1587 today. Turfmasters Landscape Management is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. The Crouch team with Highlands Elite Real Estate proudly presents this brand new construction on the Caney Fork River in Sparta. This home sits on 1.6 acres with 190 feet of river frontage and boasts 2,300 square feet of living space with a spacious 2-car garage. Enjoy the river views from your beautiful expanded covered porch. For more information, visit chadandamycrouch.com or call 931-979-1191. The Crouch team with Highlands Elite Real Estate is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Sonia Brown is a full-service realtor and is licensed across the state of Tennessee, listing and selling residential, multifamily, land and farms, commercial and industrial properties. Sonia handles the sale from start to closing and beyond. Let her put her 30-plus years of experience to work for you. Sonia Brown, realtor with American Way Real Estate, has been supporting student-athletes in the Upper Cumberland area since 1990. You can reach Sonia Brown at 931-979-7145. Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to support student athletes and athletic departments throughout the Upper Cumberland. They are also proud to sponsor Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing's Player of the Game on this broadcast. From trophies to t-shirts, they can do it all. Be sure to stop by and see them at 120 Circle Drive in Allgood or give them a call at 931-537-9559. Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing, proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Looking for weekend lunch and dinner plans? Since 1971, Nick's Restaurant has been locally owned and operated. From mouth-watering prime rib to delectable ice cream pie, Nick's has it all. Their cozy atmosphere and great service will make you feel right at home. Plus, their banquet space is perfect for any event. Visit them at 895 South Jefferson Avenue or online at nickscookville.com. Nick's Restaurant is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Real Estate Collective is a team of experienced, licensed real estate agents serving the entire Upper Cumberland region. Whether you are looking to buy or sell, the RICO team is ready to serve you. With a focus on people over profits, you can rest assured the Real Estate Collective can help make your real estate dreams a reality. Call 931-559-9500 for more information or see their current listings at letsgorico.com. The Real Estate Collective is proud to support student athletes in our area and this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Finding that missing shin guard, remembering whether it's a home or away game, getting the right kid to the right playing field on the right day. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple so you can worry about more important things, like not being that fan. Oh, come on, ref! That's simple human sense.
SwallowsInsurance.com or call us today, 931-526-4025. Protecting your future, it's what we do.
It's time for an abbreviated Happy Hiller halftime show. At the break, Sparta leads Covington 27-23. Jacob Vincent, for all the talk about Covington pulling the upset and assessing the two teams and stats and all that, as we said going into the halftime locker room, the only thing that matters when you are in the Murphy Center is winning the basketball game and getting to Friday. Sparta has left some meat on the bone, but they are in position right now, leading by 4 at halftime, to do that. They will be looking for a stronger second half when we get started here in the third quarter.
That's the positive from that first half. You're leading 27-23. There is a lot to work on coming up here in the second half. Obviously didn't have a great start in the basketball game, and then it felt like you were playing really good basketball there with 3 minutes to play in the second quarter. Gracie Clark picks up her second foul. Ashlyn Selby picks up her second foul, and it went way downhill after that. An 8-0 run to finish off the first half to Covington. Credit to them getting right back into this basketball game. And White County is shooting 33% from the field. They are 2 of 8 from the free throw line. They should be leading this game by a lot more with a Covington team that has turned the basketball over 13 times in the first half. And you just look at the eye test, White County's the better basketball team. They just look like the better basketball team. But you said it too, Bodie has kept Covington in this game. She's a very athletic big inside. She can get inside. She's able to use her size and her speed and get some finishes. And right now she is keeping Covington in this basketball game. White County, going back to what Coach Dodgen said pregame, just have to play your game and you'll be just fine.
Takira Bodie leads Covington in all scores with 14 points. She also has 6 rebounds. On the other side, Gracie Clark, 10 points, 6 rebounds. Bella Whittingham had 5 points, 5 rebounds. 6 points for Kylie Norris, 2 threes in that first half. 4 for Lakeland Grasty and 2 for Ashlyn Selby. Sparta only has 7 total fouls called against them. The problem is they're concentrated. 2 against Ashlyn Selby, 2 against Gracie Clark, and 2 against Sarah Winfrey. Sparta will open with the basketball, working left to right on your screen as you envision the action with us. Coverage of tonight's game is presented by Legacy Athletics, professional player development in the Upper Cumberland. Sparta in the white uniforms, Covington in black. I'm Noah McKay, that's Jacob Vincent. The lovely Madison McKay is producing the scoreboard for you this evening. Down to our left, Michael Lindsay getting content for UpperCumberlandReporter.com. That is presented by Risher Roofing. White County basketball, another back cut to Gracie Clark, and this time she makes the layup. Sparta ahead by 6.
The exact same play that they ran to end the first half. They got the exact same result, except that time the basket was made by Gracie Clark.
Winningham with a tip on the pass. It goes out of bounds. Covington turned the ball over 13 times in the first half. Sparta turned it over too many times as well at 8. But White County with 15 second chance points in that first half, or fast break points, I should say, in that first half.
12 points off a turnover.
As Winningham tips that one out of bounds, those are pretty closely correlated, the fast breaks and points off turnovers. And again, it'll be a sideline inbound for Covington. They'll fire it into left wing side, and it is knocked out of bounds. This time, last touch by the Chargerettes. White County regains possession, and they look like they've got a little bit of mojo out of the locker room.
Yeah, and Bella Winningham didn't have her best first half in that first half, but this is where she can really make a difference in this game. She's a really good defender. She's gotten a deflection, and then she gets that one to be knocked out of bounds last off of Covington, get the basketball back.
Gracie lights out Clark, trying to go to work with a crossover, loses handle, dives on the hardwood for it. There's a tie-up, and the arrow this time belongs to Covington.
Yeah, and I think Coach Dodgen is asking for a foul there. Gracie Clark dives on the basketball first, and then Bodie kind of dives on top of her afterwards, getting the basketball second. Normally, you get a foul called there.
It's going to be Covington basketball. Bodie dove on top of Clark, and they just go with the tie-up instead. Coach Dodgen remembers last year when he got the technical. He doesn't want to put himself in danger of that tonight, especially with a 6-point lead. It's a very different game than that one was. As there's a tip for Grasty. Gracie Clark has it all alone, drives, puts it up, good, and 1. Gracie lights out Clark. Steal, score, and an opportunity for 3.
Well, that's one way to take care of it. If you feel like you got fouled on the last possession, take it away, take the contact, and get the finish. Now you got to complete the 3-point play, trying to go up by 8.
She went right at London Brown, who took her out, and Clark converts the free throw. I don't think anybody else realized that it went
Covington
in.
had no clue that was one free throw.
If she would have missed it, it would have been an easy extra point for White County. Just knocked the wheels off the bus, ladies, as there's another steal, a tie-up, and a jump. The arrow belongs to White County as Winningham got her hands on it again. This is prime opportunity for a knockout shot by the Warriorettes.
Yep.
Not all 9-point games are similar.
No.
This could avalanche in a hurry if White County continues.
Covington's hit 1-3 so far, and a lot of their offense has come inside from Bodie, so they're going to struggle to get back into it if White County's able to extend.
Handoff, Selby gives to Clark. Clark floats back now, drives. She'll step through, floats it back out. Selby into the corner, Fox. She'll drive baseline. No look feed to Clark. Left hand lay is good. Gracie Clark in her bag. Sparta leads by 11.
That's a tremendous pass from Fox. Driving baseline. No look dump off pass to the left block to Clark, who's able to put it up and in.
A year ago, she was 1 of 11 from the floor. Tonight, she has 17 already. Right hand lay is good. To Kyra Bodie again. Quick strike for Covington. It's a 9-point game. Here on the other end, here comes Lakeland Grasty. She'll spin away from one man, drives, mid-range runner, good. Lakeland, mid-range merchant Grasty with 2 more. Sparta back into the full court press. Here's Lanaya Jones. She'll bobble it, gathers, trap arrives, step through, and another jump as Clark got her hands on it. Possession belongs the other way. Listen, the Upper Cumberland was very well represented yesterday. 4 finalists, 3 winners. The 3A stage, we had one girl who deserved to be on there from the Upper Cumberland. There was another who could have been there, and it is Gracie Clark putting on a show right now.
Yeah, she's played great here in this state tournament basketball game so far.
Inbound pass intercepted by Bella Winningham. Another turnover by Covington. Winningham to the right wing. She'll spin, picks up, dumps it into Clark. Lowers the shoulder, puts it up, no, rebound loose. Grabbed by Winningham, step through lay, no, rebound loose. Grasty with it, another chance for White County. Lakeland drives, falls away, and is fouled. Kyra Bodie just hacked her, and this is 2 free throws at the Rico free throw line for Lakeland Grasty.
Yeah, and Covington just frustrated right now, unable to haul in any of those rebounds. White County does have the size advantage, but they've got the effort right now as well. And that's all that was right there. Able to pull in a couple of offensive boards, and now Lakeland Grasty is at the line for a couple of tries.
First one for Lakeland is good. She's 3 of 3 at the line. Grasty now has 6 points, make it 7 points on the free throw. And White County has its largest lead. 2 for 2, it's 38-25. It is time to go home. Bodie bounces it ahead to Mason. Mason dumps it ahead, and another turnover right out of bounds. Just took it, walked out of bounds. The 18th turnover for Covington, and it goes back to the Warriorettes.
I mean, I chuckle because
that's what happened.
Absolutely could have thrown that back in. She just grabbed the basketball and stepped out of bounds. I mean, no effort at all to try to save it, and easily could have saved it back. And now it might have gone to White County, but you easily could have saved that basketball.
Grasty into the front court. Tosses it over to Winningham from the wing. Bella works it over 2 screens. Another back cut. Gracie Court lays it in again.
Look at the smile from Coach Dodgen.
This game is over. Timeout, Patricia Glass. The Warriorette faithful rise to their feet. It's a full timeout on the floor. Coverage presented by Legacy Athletics on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Watson Chevrolet is proud to present the area's best selection of new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. Watson Chevy's staff of experts are ready to get you into your next vehicle with unmatched service and knowledge. Stop in at 2350 Cookeville Highway and get your vehicle serviced by their highly trained professionals. Right now, you can save money on oil changes, regular maintenance, and battery installation. And remember, don't buy till you see Jason Fye. Watson Chevy is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the UCR Media Network.
What a start for White County. A 6-0 run in the last minute and 57 seconds in the third quarter. 5:27 to go. It's 40-25. Patricia Glass in her 13th season at the helm for Covington needed a full timeout on the floor. And now the Warriorettes have opened it up, and they're looking to put their foot on the gas, Jacob Vincent.
It's a 6-0 run in the last 57 seconds, leading by 15 now with 5:27 remaining here in the third. This is what we expected in this basketball game. It took them a little while to get here, but now they're playing how they should be.
White County back into the press, another tie-up. Oh, my goodness, they called a foul. They called a foul on White County's Bella Winningham, a terrible call. He's a mile away and calls Winningham for her first personal.
The call comes from the official in the front court at the three-point line, and the backcourt official is 2 feet away from where the foul, in quotations, occurred. He doesn't blow his whistle, and Coach Dodgen saying the same thing. He says there's an official right here, and he didn't call it.
Listen, we've seen him officiate. He's a terrible official. This is such a lopsided game that it shouldn't matter, but
he thinks he's good,
How is this a state tournament official? Now Brown tosses it, and then another steal. Bella Winningham picks it off. Winningham, coast-to-coast drive, clears out, left-hand lane, no. Selby takes out the trash for 2 more. A 17-point Sparta lead, and Coach Dodgen firing up his defense. Another steal. Winningham picks it off, blocked away, though, on the lay by Jones. Now Jones trying to bring it up. Weaving through Warriorettes. Jones drives coast-to-coast, blocked. Lakeland Grasty with the swat, and it'll stay with Covington.
White County has just taken the will away from this Covington team here in these first few minutes of the third quarter. We've seen it at flashes in the first half, and it just seemed like they don't want to be out there right now.
Inbound into the low block. Twisting shot, no. Another rebound. Fox has it. Chargerettes all around her. She'll bounce it to Grasty. They'll bail out. Here comes Sparta again, leading by 17. They've scored 8 straight. Right side, here's Fox over to Winningham. Shot fake. She'll drive in, kicks it over to a wide open Ashlyn Selby. Bang! A 20-point Sparta lead on a Wallace Insurance Agency 3. Here's Flowers for Covington. Drives against Fox, and our same friend calls the personal. And this will be 2 free throws for Tanaya Flowers at the line.
I mean, that's just not a foul.
And you're right. It's the way he carries himself drives me insane. The smugness.
Very confident.
The smugness while making terrible calls.
I mean, that was great defense.
Tanaya Flowers is a 56% free throw shooter, and she hits the first.
And just she throws it up there and then flails and falls to the ground and gets the call because of it.
I mean, Cairo went straight up.
Yeah. There's nothing else you can do defensively. And that's
a lane violation and a half, but Flowers makes them both. It's 45-27. Here comes Grasty into the front court. Sends right side. Wide open 3. Winningham much more online, but that one a bit short as it goes out of bounds. Possession back to Covington. And this is an opportunity with an 18-point lead for Bella Winningham to shoot her way out of a little bit of a slump ahead of a semifinal.
Yeah, you got to have her good to go coming up in that semifinal round against Cott County. And obviously there's still a lot of basketball to be played, but with the way that the White County's played so far, another steal.
Lakeland Grasty picks it off. Full court press again. Mid-range pull-up. Spun around, no. Fight for the rebound. Here comes Covington's with Deanna Mason. She'll send it over left side, Bodie. Bodie has Gracie Clark right in her living room. She'll give it back. Now Witten dumps it over Bodie. She'll drive baseline, puts it up, and that time Kyra Fox did commit the foul.
It's a good foul, too, because Kyra Fox was kind of pinned underneath the basket on a good screen set, and Bodie had an open lane, and she spins off of it and just has her back turned towards Bodie and able to foul her with her back and just kind of literally boxed her out on the way in and just kind of throws her hands up in the air and says, well, hey, made her miss the shot.
Takira Bodie will go back to the line where she's been really good tonight, 4 of 6. So far, I tried to jinx her. She makes the first. It's 45-28.
She's solid. She has been solid today. She's up to 17 now on the day.
Yeah, had a double-double, 10 points, 10 boards against South Gibson, the biggest upset of the sub-state round in the state. She goes 2 for 2 here. Sparta needs to keep their foot on the gas, leading by 16. Here's Grasty. She'll send it to Gracie Clark with space. Gracie goes to work off a Selby screen. Now dumps it off on the pick and roll. Selby spins, throws it up. No rebound loose. Grasty has it. Dumps it back. Winningham. Shot fake. Now lines it up from long range. No off the heel. Rebound loose. Warriorettes everywhere, and they're going to call Grasty for a personal as her and Mason battled for the rebound. This is the 4th team foul on White County.
And I know that was another miss by Bella there, but like you said, on these last couple of shots, she's gotten her legs underneath her, and they look much more confident. It looks much more like what we're used to seeing from Bella Winningham from outside. That one was just off the heel. It was online. And Coach Dodgen still hyping up his team, saying, hey, we're in a good spot. Let's get another steal and get another bucket.
First for Lakeland Grasty, 4th on Sparta, as I mentioned. They're back into the press. This time Covington beats it. Lanaya Jones into the front court on the wing. She'll dump it back. Bodie barrels in again. Bodie throws it up and banked it home. Nobody stopped the ball. And all of a sudden, Covington's on a bit of a run. They've answered, and Sparta is 0 for their last 4 from the field. Here's Gracie Clark on the right wing. She'll drive inside. Clark, contorting shot. You bet. Gracie Clark with the answer. It's a 16-point game again.
And that's the thing for this White County team. You can't let up. Covington's going to try to get back into it. It did look like they took their will for a moment, but Covington's done a nice job. And Bodie, again, has been playing hard this whole time. That's a moving screen.
Moving screen goes uncalled. Now Mason has it. She'll back into Selby. Twisting shot. Tough finish. Diana Mason with the bucket. And we trade buckets. Quickly ahead. Here comes Kyra Fox for White County. Fox gives over to Clark. Selby open again. This time she'll drive after a fake. Contorting shot, good. Ashlyn Selby with another quick answer. Coach Dodgen said this tournament was going to be about defense. They're looking for a stop here as they try to re-separate from the Chargerettes.
Yeah, they got to get in front of Bodie on those straight line drives to the basket. Haven't been able to do so far. She's got some speed and obviously the size, so you got to cut her off before she gets in the paint.
Here's London Brown with it at midcourt here at Middle Tennessee State University. The
now look
MT
who's
logo.
guarding Bodie.
Yeah, it's Gracie Clark. Now off a screen, Brown has it swiped again. Bella Winningham's playing great defense. Now a full court outlet feed tipped out of bounds. I believe it was last touched by Covington. Nope.
Grasty got just a tip piece of it. She did at the very last second.
Coach Dodgen is not very happy.
He couldn't see it from the angle that he was at, but we had a pretty good look at it. She definitely barely touched it.
1:51 to go in the third. It's 49-33. Grasty immediately meets Lanaya Jones. Sparta leads by 16. Jones into the front court, tries to drive through, and they called a foul. And this is going to be 2 free throws upcoming as they're into the bonus with 1:42 to go. This guy's a terrible ref.
Well, what happened there, Grasty was playing pretty good defense, and then Selby comes from the help side, and Jones kind of tries to split through and goes in towards Grasty, creating a little bit of that contact. Otherwise, Grasty was in pretty good guarding position, and just until that last little push there, whoa. That free throw was
not close.
A little strong.
It was not close. 0 for 1 at the line so far.
Sorry.
That was a bad miss. The next one.
It's a push in the back.
Bodie pushed Clark and puts it up and in for the putback, 49-35. Stripes are taking a nap. Here comes Lakeland Grasty. It's 9:47
past their
p.m.
bedtime.
Grasty on the drive, throws it up. Too strong, rebound. Clark tips it right to Norris, lines it up and hits. Kylie Norris with a quick answer. White County's offense will not be denied.
That's a tough shot. It's a tip out from about 10 feet away. How about Winningham defensively?
Another swipe this time. Bodie able to save it. Now Bodie drives in against Grasty, who bumps her on the floor, but another foul. 3 in the quarter against Lakeland Grasty, and this will be 2 free throws upcoming for Takira Bodie.
Somebody needs to step on the free throw line and take a charge, because that's right where Covington's going this whole time offensively. They're just sprinting towards the basket right up the middle of the lane.
Well, usually that's Kyra Fox's role. She's not on the floor right now, and also you don't blame Kyra Fox if she's not in the mood to take a bunch of charges,
absolutely,
given what happened a week ago, as the first free throw again is good for Bodie. She's 7 of 9 at the line, and she has 23 of the 36 points for Covington.
Well, and what happens is Bodie kind of sticks around in the backcourt, gets a pass on the wing, and then just sprints up the middle of the lane and gets the basketball back.
Another missed free throw this time. Clark able to get the rebound, and here comes Gracie Clark with a head of steam. Clark into the front court, dumps it over left side to Norris, saves in for Grasty. Grasty off the wing will float back. Lakeland surveys, tosses right side for Bella Winningham. Winningham picks up her jewel. Pass is tipped and a turnover, stolen away. Numbers for Covington if they hurry. Here's the drive shot blocked. Winningham with a great block. Now an outlet feed to Clark. 2-on-1 across to Norris, who is fouled. Bodie had no choice. Kylie Norris will go to the line for 2. She's a 64% free throw shooter.
How about Bella Winningham here in the second half? Again, obviously mentioned the shooting woes in that first half, but she has come out and been a menace defensively here in the second half, and a great feed up ahead to Clark. And another good feed off to Norris, who goes up strong and draws the foul.
Kylie Norris to the Rico free throw line. Real Estate Collective with locations across the Upper Cumberland, including in Sparta. Norris hits the first. And Covington's offense has been pretty good in this quarter. Sparta's offense has been really good as well.
24 so far, well, 25.
Make it 26 as Norris goes 2 for 2. Remember, this was a little bit too close for comfort at halftime. Sparta has opened it up despite the answer late for Covington. They lead by 17.
Sparta was shooting 33% at halftime, now up to 40 on the ball game. Been much better here in this second half, 10 of 19 from the floor.
It was a 4-point game rather at halftime.
They're also 5 for 5 from the free throw line.
Bodie again tries to split and does. Maintains her dribble but clanked the layup. The putback though is good. Nobody picked up Mason for the easy lay. Now again a run out. This time it's Selby. One dribble, throws it up. No. Clark flies in for the rebound, falls away and is fouled. Gracie Clark, relentless, returns to the Rico free throw line for 2 more.
And I'm going to guess you're going to have the break here at the quarter, and it's going to be slowed down. It is starting to turn into a track meet, and Covington has been able to stick around. I mean, it's still been about 14, 15 points the whole time, but you'd rather not trade baskets, and you'd rather just put this game away.
Foul on Flowers, her first. Gracie Clark makes the first and now has 22 tonight. Don't forget, full comprehensive coverage of this game and every game in the Glass House. Coming to UpperCumberlandReporter.com, presented by Risher Roofing. As Gracie Clark goes 2 for 2, Sparta's lead back at 17 with 24 seconds to go. Into the front court comes Flowers. She'll drive, pulls up from the mid-range, can't hit. A chance for Sparta to beat the buzzer. Winningham on the rebound, now tosses it ahead to Selby. Still 14 seconds. Selby with a fastball was punched up by Bodie, hit the backboard, then grabbed by a couple of players. It'll be a jump. The arrow belongs to White County with 9.9 to go.
I'll bet you $3,000 they run a back cut.
Thought about taking it. Inbound from the baseline coming here for Grasty, but I think you're right. It goes to Clark. Clark on the drive. Nope, she lost handle on it, swiped away. You owe me $3,000.
Lost a lot of money.
Here we go. In transition, pass fired ahead. Now into the low block, bobbled, and they do not get the shot away. Flowers was wide open, but the horn sounds after 3. White County on the doorstep of the state semifinals, 55-38. Coverage presented by Legacy Athletics on the Watson Chevy UC Art Media Network.
Mayberry's Furniture has been family-owned and operated since 1946 and is now serving the Upper Cumberland with locations in both Crossville and Cookville, offering the largest array of solid wood furniture and mattresses in the area. They also provide a best price guarantee and in-house service and delivery. Stop into their 15,000 square foot showroom at 1020 South Willow Avenue in Cookville to see their selection of Amish solid wood, flex steel, Tempur-Pedic, Sealy Posturepedic, and much more today. Mayberry's Furniture is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the high school football game of the week on the UCR Media Network.
Tonight's broadcast is presented by Legacy Athletics. Visit Legacy Athletics on your social media to see how you can get state or world-class player development right in our own backyard in the Upper Cumberland. We appreciate that for being the presenting sponsor of tonight's game. Jacob Vincent, that third quarter was White County Warriorette basketball.
28 points in that third quarter, and it was all stemmed from the defense. That turned into offense, and now Covington has turned the basketball over 22 times here in this basketball game so far. White County's led by as many as 20 here in the contest. This is what we expected in this basketball game, and they come up with almost another steal. It ends up being a kick from Gracie Clark, but her, Lakeland Grasty, and Bella Winningham have just been ferocious defensively to open up the second half and now here into this fourth quarter.
6 steals for Bella Winningham, 5 for Gracie Clark.
That's a ridiculous
4
number.
for Lakeland Grasty. And now Covington in the front court. Bodie again on the drive, a seal off, a block. Selby with the block, a turnaround shot, and a foul is called. Ashlyn Selby going to be called for her third, and this will be 2 free throws for Takira Bodie.
And this is one thing Covington does a good job of. They've got a post player inside that isn't Bodie, and all she does is post up and open up the lane for Bodie to sprint through. That time Selby was able to get around the defender, get the block initially, but then not able to secure the rebound.
Bodie so far 7 for 10 at the line, and she makes another one here. 55-39 our score.
Covington going pretty deep into their bench now.
They are. Sparta rolling with Norris, Winningham, Grasty, Selby, and Clark. We've seen Tegan Engel and Kyra Fox started this game, but haven't seen Kyra in a while as the rebound's tipped after the miss. And they give it to Covington. I already know that by complaining about one official, he will officiate every Upper Cumberland game the rest of the way.
I highly doubt he does the first game tomorrow.
I'll lose my mind at a 9:30 game. Baseline inbound, fired in. Bodie, this time Clark again picks her up. She punches it free. Add another steal to the tally. Diving on the hardwood for it.
Oh, they gave her a timeout.
And they granted a timeout
the
to
ball's
Patricia
loose
Glass.
on the ground. And guess what? It's the same official.
55-39. Hey, Jacob, tell the folks what's happening tomorrow morning before I get in trouble.
Tomorrow morning, we got the Cookeville Lady Cavaliers taking on Page. That is going to be a great basketball game. Page coming in has only lost one game to in-state competition. Was an overtime loss to Nolensville. Everybody else has been out of state. They played a great schedule. They played great here in this second half of the season. Of course, the Lady Cavaliers obviously lost to Bradley Central in their region title game, but then a big win against Green Hill in the sectional round. And it's a Cookeville team. They're trying to get to that state championship game. We kind of talked about it on our UCR basketball state tournament preview show the other day. Yesterday, I guess it was. It was a long time ago now. It feels like.
Time ago.
But this is the time for these Cavaliers. They got a lot of seniors on the roster. They played a lot of basketball. Going to be tough. You got to get a win and then play a very good Bartlett or Bearden team in the semifinal and see if you can get to that state championship game. That'll be at 9:30 tomorrow morning. We'll have pregame coverage starting at about 9:20 in the morning.
It's time for Cookeville, and it is time, make no mistake about it, for this senior group for the White County Warriorettes. They lead by 16, trying to advance into the semifinal round of the tournament where they would face Cott County. A quick 3 for Covington out of the timeout, nothing doing. Another rebound for Bella Winningham, her 9th. Here's Selby ahead to Gracie Clark. Clark with a skip feed to Norris. She'll line up the 3. Can't hit. Rebound down. This one grabbed by Mason. She loses it for a moment, grabs it, and sends it ahead to Jones. And again, Bodie just trailing behind the play. This time Brown has it. Tosses it to Bodie from the free throw line. Drives in, throws it up, and another foul. And the same official this time calls Gracie Clark for the personal, and it'll be 2 upcoming again for Takira Bodie. This is her 7th trip to the free throw line tonight.
Yeah, she's got 24 points. And honestly, I mean, what they do and how they run the offense with her is pretty smart. You kind of forget about her defensively. And there she is at the top of the key, catching a pass with a head of steam towards the basket and able to get to the line. Now, that's one of her few misses. She's now 8 of 13 at the stripe, but she's been really good. 24 points, 8 rebounds on the contest.
A lot of potential double-doubles on the board for both teams as the next one's up 0 for 2, but the rebound down. She has it again. Bodie drives on Grasty, throws it up, no rebound loose, and it's a run out for Fox. She'll fire to Winningham in a foot race. Winningham spins away, throws it up, high off the glass, can't hit. Rebound punched out. Clark able to run it down. Second chance, Sparta. Back out to Fox, and Coach Dodgen puts his hand up in the air and says, hold. Right side, here's Lakeland Grasty.
Yeah, run a good set, get a good look.
Gracie Clark out of the corner. Sparta leads by 16. She'll throw up the runner, a flop and a half, and a block is called on Bodie. This will be 2 free throws for Gracie Clark at the Rico free throw line.
Just came completely under Gracie Clark, who's trying to go up for the jump shot, and Bodie slides underneath and then tries to flop like she took some contact. And so it'll be a couple of shots here for Gracie Clark, and that's the 4th now on Bodie.
That is a huge call, the 4th on Bodie. Well, if she leaves the floor, this game will get ugly fast, as the first one is good for Gracie Clark.
Didn't really matter anyways, but you're correct.
I'm trying to keep them listening.
White County wasn't losing this game.
That was not going to happen. Clark having a sensational game, but misses the second free throw. Rebound down, and Bella Winningham, she had her hand in the cookie jar there and went for the ride. Possession as a personal foul will go on Winningham.
I'm sorry, I'm chuckling because I'm looking at.
Here we go. And the same official just warned Coach Dodgen.
Look at Gracie Clark's stat line: 24 points, 10 rebounds, 2 assists.
By the way, she's 5 steals away from a triple-double. It's not that crazy of a statement if you've been watching this game. As the pass goes over right side for Brown. Back out Jones. Now she'll swing it left wing. Witten on the drive, blocked. Winningham with the block. Selby ahead. It went off of Grasty's dome. Possession goes back the other way. Brown, step back 3, good. London Brown with her second long ball, and it's a 14-point game. Sparta's got to be careful. Grasty just lost handle. Selby dives on the floor for it. Timeout being called for. They don't grant it. It's a jump, and instead it goes back to White County on the arrow. A 14-point game with 6:16 to go in regulation.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. He's still got to take good care of the basketball and get some good sets. And right now, what Covington's doing, they're subbing in 3 players defensively just to send all kinds of pressure at this White County squad. Obviously, they've got a few players in foul trouble as well. So they've got some fresh legs out there here in this full-court press.
Dangerous feed, and it's stolen away as Clark threw it. Coach Dodgen throws 2 hands in the air. He does not like that one. Here comes Covington trying to get back in it. Inside Mason, throws it wildly. No Winningham, another rebound. She's got 10. Here comes Selby. Selby into the front court. She'll give back to Fox. Bella Winningham's 5 points and 4 steals away from a triple-double.
4 assists, too.
It's not that crazy. Let's go quadruple. Why not? Right side Selby. She'll drive baseline, fires to Clark, throws it up. Good! And 1. Gracie Clark says, let's go home. 5:45 to go. She'll go to the Rico free throw line for 1.
That was such a good job by Gracie Clark because the defense wasn't even in front of her. The defense is actually coming from the right baseline side, and she just kind of leans in just enough to draw the contact, gets the finish, and now going to try to complete the 3-point play.
Hope Tobar called for her first. Gracie Clark back to the Rico free throw line. She's got 26 points tonight. She has 27 points tonight. Free throw is good.
And she's 11 of 17 from the floor. It's been efficient.
I think she's settled into the Murphy Center
I'd
quite
say
well
so.
in her second game in this building. Pass it over right side for Brown. Sparta leads by 17. Clark with a near steal. She'll give it over Bodie. Extends the arm, no, gets her on rebound. The putback is good. Takira Bodie having the game of her life tonight. It's a 15-point game again.
That's the thing. White County's been pretty good initially, and then she gets her own rebound and able to put it back up.
Grasty with pressure from behind, able to spin away from it, keeps it on a string. Lakeland floats back, 5:17 to go. Wow. And just flying at her was Ariana Witten. That is her 4th, commits the personal. It is Covington's 3rd.
Yeah, they're going to make 4 substitutions now.
By the way, you see the
Actually,
viewer
they were
count?
trying to make 5, and the last girl fell to the floor. She tried to come on.
You see the viewer count. That's going to grow. We'll be back here on Friday with semifinal action for Sparta. You want your business to be seen? Send a message to our Facebook page. We got a lot of time on these games to talk about your business. We need your help to put these broadcasts on. It is an expensive couple of weeks here. Send us a message. We'll read about your business. Starts as low as $100. We send you a link. You pay it. It's done. Inbound to Gracie Clark. Lays it up. Why not?
Back
29 cut. For Gracie. Lights out Clark. And Sparta back ahead by 17. Here's Flowers with it. Flowers floating back off the wing. She'll dump it over right side for Boyd. Out of the corner, Boyd threw it away. They said it was tipped.
Well, here's the problem for Covington. They're going offense, defense, substitutions. Now they bring in their offensive 5 as they're going just straight platoon system here. They got 10 players on the roster, and everybody's playing.
If you haven't already, hit that thumbs up button. If you're watching on social media, Facebook or YouTube, subscribe to the channel. I say watching, you know I mean listening. Appreciate that. into the corner. Now back out. Here's Jones. Tosses it over to Brown. Now a long three on the way. No. Winningham another rebound. It's the 11th for Bella Winningham. She'll bring it into the front court. Lobs it ahead for Grasty. Lakeland drives in, has space, puts it up. Good. White County leads by 19. Into the front court quickly here. Brown stumbles, gathers, now sends it back out. Another long three. This one is nothing but nylon for Ariana Witten. She's a 30% three-point shooter. Confident stroke there. Now Grasty tripped up from behind. No call, play on. Grasty drives in, barrels in, throws it up, and good. Lakeland Grasty putting on a show. She has 12 points and 6 rebounds. The stat lines post-game are insane for this White County team.
The second half has been really, really impressive, what they've been doing from the floor, shooting the basketball.
Pass over right side. It is three-point shootout time. Nothing doing. Winningham says, I won't take my 12th rebound. Saves it to Grasty. Lakeland into the front court, weaving through Chargerette defenders. Spinning away from danger. She'll throw it over to Winningham. She takes her time, lines it up, just too strong. Rebound tipped into the air, and it's grabbed away by Mason. And she's fouled. This will be the 4th team foul against Sparta.
I think they're going to get Selby.
It is on Ashlyn Selby. That is her 4th. Pardon me, her.
They had a trap with Selby and Clark there on the baseline and just got a little bit too much into the body.
I misspoke. It is her 3rd. 3:33 to go in the ball game. It's 65-47. White County cruising towards the state semifinals. It would be the first time they've done so since the 1990s. Right side now in the drive. Losing handle, and sure, just give it to Covington. 3:24 to go.
Clark did come down on the help defense there and strip it free on the way.
Yeah, but
through.
I'm complaining. 3:24 to go, 65-47 as Kyra Fox will check out. Inbound to Brown, lines up the 3, and air ball 5 feet short. Selby on the rebound. Selby ahead to Grasty. Winningham is wide open. The touch pass back. She'll work it with the left hand back. Sparta killing the clock. 3:10 to go. They lead by 18. At this sort of lead, you can just play your offense. You don't really have to bleed too much time. Just don't have to rush. Selby fakes the handoff, drives, fires a fastball. Went off the face of Clark.
She threw a chest pass from 5 feet away, and it was a laser.
And here's Covington in the front court. They'll send it over right side. Now into Bodie, and Selby commits her 4th as she tried to reach through. And this will be 2 free throws as they go into the bonus for Takira Bodie.
So that's where you want the pocket pass, just to set you up nicely.
There was some mustard on that one.
That was a laser of a chest pass.
There was a little oomph on that one out of the hands of Ashlyn Selby. Hardest working man in sports media, Michael Lindsay behind me. Goose. Coverage coming up at CumberlandReporter.com, presented by Risher Roofing, as the first free throw is good for Bodie. He's filming us, so I got to sit up.
Yeah,
and
we got to look good.
Look proper, because he gets some angles on me that are not flattering. As Bodie goes 2 for 2, it's a 16-point game, 2:45 to go. Selby with it as Covington tries to press. Clark splits right through, throws it up, and good. Gracie Clark has 31 points.
Is that good?
Pretty good, Jacob Vinson. She's also 13 of 19 from the floor. Now Bodie spins in the mid-range, puts it up, couldn't bank it. Second chance up, nowhere close. Rebound is loose. Another chance for Bodie. Her shot won't go. Selby finally tips it over to Sarah Winfrey, who is wrapped up. No call. 2:19 to go. Winfrey ahead to Clark. Clark skips it back, Grasty. Lakeland on the drive, gets to the spot, puts it up, too strong, rebound loose. Winningham had another one. She's able to get it back to Clark. Now Grasty again. 18-footer, rises up and hits. A 20-point White County lead. They are going to play on Friday afternoon against Cott County.
Yeah, that's going to be a fun basketball game as well against Cott County, a very good Cott County team with a little bit of size inside.
Bodie on the drive, throws it up, no good. She's just a junior, as Clark has another rebound. I mean, the stat lines are insane that we're about to get to. Here's Bella Winningham with space. Walks it up, sends it to a wide-open Gracie Clark, and they're going to wait. They'll space it out. Grasty, defender right in front. And she'll just drive right past her. Lakeland steps through, loses handle, And this time, the same official says, no, it wasn't blocked. We'll go the other way. And the bench is going to empty. Michael Dodge is going to make sure everybody's going to play. So will Patricia Glass. Credit to both coaches for doing so. Standing ovation from the fan bases. Warrior at Faithful, clear your calendar, 2:15 p.m. on Friday afternoon. Much different challenge against a Goodcock County team who trailed by 13 at the end of the first and then dominated the rest of the way against Liberty Creek earlier on. That'll be a good basketball game for a right to play for the gold ball. Step back jumper for Brown, another air ball. Rebound down, Kylie Norris has it. She had a couple of big shots early when this thing was tighter than you expect. In the front court, here's Sparta. Kylie Norvell. Norvell works it over a screen right side, fires it into Winfrey. Winfrey brings it back out. 1 minute to play. Over to Addison Dodgen. If she hits a shot, we're going to go nuts. Winfrey on the drive. Step through. Shot won't go. Rebound fought for. Addison Dodgen deserves to play on this floor in this tournament.
And obviously, the Dodgen name has a pretty heavy presence here at MTSU already.
MTSU, Sparta, as this three won't go. Rebound punch. Norris swatted it. It's loose still. And then Winfrey just wrestled it away. They called it jump.
That's the fastest jump ball in the history of the sport of basketball.
I'll tell you this right now. It's a good thing this game wasn't close because we would lose every credential we've ever had. Who knows what we would have said on this broadcast if this game had been close. You look at this Covington team, only one senior on the roster. It's Ariana Witten.
Yeah, Bodie's a good player.
They are. Of course, we're in the Wild Wild West now where you think people are going to come back. One-time transfers passed.
That's a really good point.
I'm sure most of them will come back, but you just never know anymore. And it's going to be Sparta ball. I don't think Bodie realized it. The official let her know. Sanders going to throw it in. Skying up to get it is Norris. Kylie Norris into the front court. Drives, puts it up. Can't finish. Rebound tipped into the air. Norris has it for a moment. She's dumped down. And they'll just give the ball to Sparta. With 24.1, Coach Dodgen, the look on Coach Dodgen's face.
It's incredible.
He's just watched the 24 seconds to go.
We need a camera on him.
Just on Coach Dodgen. Inbound into the corner. Norris triggers the three. Can't get it to go. Rebound down to Covington. Here comes Witten. Her final high school game. Loses it out of bounds. Possession back to White County. One more time, Legacy Athletics, the presenting sponsor of this ball game. We appreciate them. Make sure you thank them in the comment section as well. Tag them. Coach Dodgen with two hands in the air says we're going to hold for 13 seconds. And they'll allow the clock to expire. Covington still pressing. Sparta gets it across the timeline. 4, 3, 2. That will do it. The White County Warriorettes advance to the Class 3A semifinal round. Final score from the Murphy Center. White County 69, Covington 49.
Nice win for those White County Warriorettes. A big win here in the quarterfinals as well. And the challenge gets that much more difficult coming up on Friday afternoon at 2:15. We'll be here for it against Cotton County, a Cotton County team that you saw last year against Upperman. We're going to get to see them this year as well. They've got some size inside, but what a win for this White County squad. Did not have a good first half, but they still led by 4. I'm sure they had a heart-to-heart in the locker room at halftime, and they responded in the second half. The way and the energy that they came out with in the second half was tremendous defensively, able to turn that into offense. And how about the day from Gracie Clark? I mean, my goodness, she was huge in this basketball game. And tip of the cap, that was a big win. You're into the semifinals, and you got a chance to get to a gold ball game.
And I think it's important to mention that when Covington made their run late in the first half, Clark and Selby were on the bench, and Bodie was able to get inside without much resistance. Once they checked in, they really dominated. The stat lines are dominant. White County wins by 20 points tonight. It's Gracie Clark's day. 31 points. She went 13 of 19 from the floor, 5 of 6 from the free throw line, 11 rebounds, a double-double, 3 assists, 5 steals. Lakeland Grasty, big in the second half. 14 points for Lakeland. Gracie Clark did have a block. 2 blocks for Lakeland Grasty tonight. Mentioned 14 points, 6 rebounds for Grasty tonight. She also had a couple of assists and 4 steals. Ashlyn Selby, 9 points, 5 rebounds, 2 blocks. Bella Winningham. How about staying with it for Bella Winningham? The shots were much closer in the second half. You have a much better feeling moving ahead for her. But when the shots aren't falling, can he make an impact? 13 rebounds, 7 offensive boards for Winningham tonight. 7 assists and 6 steals. She impacted the game despite the shots not falling. Kylie Norris, 10 points off the bench, made a couple of big threes and 2 free throws as well. Sparta forced 25 turnovers in tonight's game. Zero doubt about it tonight, Jacob Vincent, who's the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the game.
Oh, it's absolutely Gracie Clark. She was absolutely phenomenal with those 31 points, 11 rebounds, the double-double, 3 assists, 5 steals in there as well. Across the board, she was great. And I want to say, too, there's not too many times you say that's a team win when you've got a 31-point score. It absolutely was. Absolutely. I mean, there were multiple players. You just mentioned Bella Winningham's stat line. You said it. Couldn't really get it going offensively. But everywhere else, she was incredible. 13 rebounds, 7 assists. So she's facilitating the basketball, getting her teammates into good spots, getting Gracie Clark into good spots, and then Lakeland Grasty up there as well. 14 points, 6 rebounds. Really, really solid, and a big win for those White County Warriorettes.
Gracie lights out Clark, the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the game, and continues to make us look smart. She got a Miss Basketball vote from us here at UCR.
Sure looked like it tonight.
Next up for White County, a date with Cocke County. Big game, state semifinals, totally different challenge coming up on Friday. So you get the day off. It'll be a 2:15 tip-off here at the Murphy Center. The other matchup in Class 3A, Dyersburg, Alcoa. Come early. There's going to be 2 great games. This is a really good bracket, and from here on out, really feels like anybody could win this thing with the 4 teams that are left. The 3 favorites, and then Dyersburg and Daniel Boone was a toss-up game. All took care of business today. This bracket going to be very interesting to watch as it unfolds. We got a big game coming up tomorrow, though. Early. We had the nightcap today. We'll be in this same spot tomorrow, bright and early for Cookeville basketball.
Yeah, Cookeville Lady Cavaliers, just you can count on one hand how many losses they have on the year. Hadn't been too many of them. Taking on a Page team that they have a few losses, but all of them except for one have been to out-of-state competition, and that one loss was in overtime to a very good Nolensville squad. So it's going to be a really good matchup with this Page team coming up tomorrow morning, and we kind of talked about it on the state preview show. It's a weird time, 9:30 in the morning on a Thursday. You're not used to playing that early on in the day, so these Lady Cavaliers going to have to be ready to go. Look for a good start. If you can get off to a good start, settle in, you'll be just fine. But Lady Cavaliers, they've had a good amount of success in the quarterfinal round. We'll see if they can again coming up tomorrow morning.
Website coverage presented by Risher Roofing. Comprehensive coverage from this game. I'm going to get on the dock and start writing. We've got stories, we've got photos, we've got cinematic highlights, all presented by Risher Roofing still to come. We'll also have coverage tomorrow, Gordonsville, Wayne County, and a big one, a rematch of last year's state championship game, Van Buren County taking on Greenfield. One more time, we'll be here with broadcast coverage for White County on Friday. Advertising spots available now, starting at $100. Send a message to our Facebook page. A lot of people watching and listening. That's going to continue to grow. We need your help to make these broadcasts happen 100% free of charge. Send a message to our Facebook page. We'll get you pointed in the right direction. The numbers continue to shoot further and further up. But tonight, it's the White County Warriorettes night. Final score from the Murphy Center. White County 69, Covington 49. I'm Noah McKay for Jacob Vincent, Madison McKay, Michael Lindsay, and everybody else. And there's a lot of people who help us out this time of year. We say so long from Murfreesboro.